So I was just getting ready to do my intro and see if I can get to it here without him running away. Sitting right outside my window. Right outside the window. He's just sitting there staring at me. Like a dog. He's laying like a dog would lay. Not even thinking about moving. That's one of the baby bunnies. Mommy and Daddy, I don't know where they are, but Bunny is a good luck. So this is the intro.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go. Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1 against the New York Rangers. And it has been never in our history, all 30 years, but it has never been in our history where we can say this is the second time in a row we are in the Eastern Conference Finals. Hallelujah. That only took a couple of minutes, so we need to finish this job. Now, we've talked it all to death, right? All I know is that I feel good about this game and I feel good about this series. I'm not going to get high, too high. I'm not going to get high. I'm not going to get too high. I'm not going to get too low. Keep your heart medication next to you. Everybody is prepped. We all know what to expect, which is who knows what to expect. Okay? I do have one prediction about this game. Whoever gets up 2-0, the other team is going to come back and tie it 2-2. So there will be no dancing in the streets, regardless if it's 2-0 Rangers or 2-0 Panthers. You start talking about 3-0, then you might have the game. You might be, it might be happening. But 2-0. One of these teams could score 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. We shall see. Now, the only thing here, Panthers have kind of been here before, obviously, right? The Rangers have kind of been like in the B movie. They maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time, but now they've gotten this far. They have not played a team with the intensity of this Panther team when they are at full strength, and we pretty much are at full strength. I know the Canes are a good team, but again, the Panthers swept the Canes. The Canes are a good team, but we swept them. You see what I'm saying? So, I feel good. That doesn't mean the Rangers can't beat us. We all know how this goes. If we could steal one in New York, I'd love to steal game 1. If we could steal game 1, then I might get high and too high. Let's do this. So, they want to play run and gun. It's 1-0 Panthers. It's the Panthers 1, Rangers 0, the Post 1. I said in my series preview that would be the difference in this series is it going to go off the post and in or crossbar post and out? And right now, the difference is a Kachuk shot that Shesterkin probably would like to have back, and a breakaway where the post helps Bob out, and it's 1-0. It's very early. I don't want to say there's not a lot of defense in this series, but because the defense is happening in the offensive zone, but there's not a lot of neutral zone play. I kind of thought we wouldn't see a lot of sleepy time neutral zone play like we did against the Canes. Can these teams play this pace? This is incredible. It's a lot of fun. Couple of Panthers knows Stanlin looks a lot better than he did in the last series, so whatever was bothering him, I'm not saying he's 100%, but he looks a lot better. Lundell was playing like a madman possessed. You love to see it. Who knows what to expect in the second period? Let's continue. So it's 1-0 after 2. There's no stress. There's no pressure. My heart is fine. I'm breathing like a normal. You probably want to hear about the hockey game. It's still 1-0. So Panthers had one power play. We've had two power plays. I don't know if it was just one or two in this period. I think it was just the one. Nothing doing. The Rangers get a power play here right towards the end of the period. If we're going to take a penalty, that's when you take it. When it's like a buck and a half on one end and only like 30, 40 seconds on the other end of the period. That kind of helps us out a little bit. I mean, that's really all I can say about this game. Like, somebody's going to win this game. Somebody is going to win this game, and the other team is going to go, we could have won that game. So, we'll move on to the third period. Come on, Tarasenko, do something. Well. 1, 2, 3, and a shutout! That is 9. It is 9 out of 16. And all I can say about that game, Bubba. This is Bubba. For those of you who don't know the puppets, that's Bob. That's Bubba. Bubba gets whatever the hell he wants. I do not know how some of those pucks didn't go in. There was that one flurry when was it already 2-0 or was it still 1-0? There was a flurry where there was a couple of shots where I'm pretty sure if you ever read Calvin and Hobbes, the transmogrifier that he would go around it, I'm pretty sure Bob has one of those. Because 1 second he'd be on his back and the next second he was like 2 feet out of the crease flying like Superman blocking shots. I don't know how. But 3-0 shutout. I do not believe I breathed at all during the second period, so I'm going to be a little bit lightheaded. Holy crap, we actually pulled that off. So, let's talk about the game. All right, breathe. Bubba. Now, in terms of the skaters, what? What Maurice did with putting Lundell at 2C and Bennett at 3C, it's working. Lundell has flipped the switch. Now, we talk about guys that flip a switch, but Lundell has flipped the switch. Even I'm like, damn, he's playing outstanding. He really is. And Bennett looks more like himself a little bit. I saw a couple of times he's still trying to avoid contact with that left hand, but he looks a little bit more like himself tonight. But it's working. It's working. We'll just leave it that way. Alexander Barkov. I mean, you saw tonight why he won the Selke. Okay, you just saw it out there. There was a couple of times the Rangers had chances going the other way, and normally when a team has a 3-on-2 rush, the team that is on defense is like, uh-oh, right? But we don't even get worried. We're just like, wait for Barkov. Oh, there he is. Breaks up the pass, goes back the other way. It's just an incredible luxury to have that guy. It's just insane. Forsling had a hell of a game. Now, on the, excuse me, on the goal that was called back, I understand why it was called back. When they went to review, my basic attitude was I'd be happy if it stays, but I wouldn't be mad if they took it back because Lomberg does skate into the crease on his own. Yeah, he gets shoved, but he skated into the crease on his own. So that's kind of always going to be goalie interference. They call it back, and then there was this odd play along the wall, and all of a sudden Verhaeghe ends up with the puck because Shesterkin didn't move it right, or Shesterkin went to go get it and didn't get to it. I forget how it went. But then Verhaeghe just was all alone, so he just takes a shot, and Lafreniere comes out of nowhere and says, let me help you out with that, and puts it 5-hole on Shesterkin, and that was basically the game. We got the empty net at the end. The fourth line, Stenlund. I told you, there wasn't something right. Wasn't something right. He wasn't right in those last two series. This series, he looks like himself again, doesn't he? All of a sudden, he's moving, and that first step is just fine, so that's good. I don't know what was wrong with him, but I will remain convinced that he was hurt during at least the Boston series. Defensively, Forsling doing his thing. Ekblad being smart. I only saw him pinch once. Okay, Mikla had a really, really involved game. There was a couple times he couldn't clear the puck, but by the third time he got it on the stick, he did clear the puck. But just the tenacity and the back check, forecheck, back check. That was a perfect example of what I call the pain in the ass defensive system, because it's just a massive pain in the ass. And if you employ that system for an entire 60 minutes, like we did tonight, you see what happens. It's 3-0. Now, Panthers went into MSG tonight and won this game 3-0. It was kind of only 1-0. It was kind of 2-0. The third, we shut them out. Now, I saw a lot of Ranger fans in the stands, and you would have thought they just lost Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. I mean, they were just like, I understand you want to win, but it's only Game 1, okay? The reason why the Panthers won that game, okay, is because we had the experience of winning 4 just like it last year in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Canes. That's why we won that game, because when it's 1-0, we're just skating around going like, we can just play the whole game like this, 1-0. Oh, no, get back out of the zone. I mean, that's our groove, man. Right? For us as fans, it's like, ah! But for the guys on the ice, that's where they want it to be. It's 1-0, they're happy. They're happy-go-lucky, and they just go out there and they employ the massive pain-in-the-ass defensive system where, no, you can't come into the zone. No, you can't. No, you can't. Oh, you got into the zone. Hey, Forsling. Hey, watch this. Forsling. Oh, there's 3 guys. Forsling gets the puck, and it's out of the zone. I mean, it's just, when we play our game, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Now, in terms of the Rangers, I expect and suspect that there's going to be an entirely different Rangers team on the ice Friday. It's 1-0 Panthers. Okay, that's fantastic. That's beautiful. At worst, we split in New York. But they're going to be pissed, right? Rangers are going to be pissed. I know the fans were sad, but the Rangers are not going back to that locker room going, meh, meh, meh. They are going to be pissed, okay? Don't be surprised that the Rangers make up for the fact that we shut them out with a couple of goals in the first period of Game 2. I'm not saying I don't care, but also, at worst, we split in New York. I'm a happy man right now. Rangers, look, in my series preview, the only kind of thing that I really touched upon a little bit with all of the other things that went on is Panthers went to the Cup last year. We have the experience of being in this position. The Rangers hadn't gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals in quite some time, right? It's been a while. This group hasn't really been there. So that experience does matter. I know the Rangers got all the great players, but the experience of what the Panthers did Game 1 last year, Eastern Conference Finals, is 4 overtimes. It's 4 overtimes. Okay? We played 2.5 games and we just kept Carolina scoreless and scoreless, after they got their goals. You know what I mean? It was just like no goals, no goals, no goals, no goals. So we can do this all day. You know what I mean? It's if these games start getting 4-3, 5-4, if it starts getting like that, then that's the Rangers might be to the advantage. But if it's going to be like this, the Rangers are going to have to find a way. And look, all of that being said, they hit the post. They had a couple breakaways in the first period. It easily just could have been 1-1, and we could still be sitting here going to overtime. But that's what I said in my series preview. That's going to be the difference. And that was the difference tonight. The Chucky goal, let's face it, it was a goal where Shesterkin can't let that goal in. You can't let that goal in this situation or you lose the game. And then Bob, got beat. But ask any goaltender, he'll tell you, hey, if it hits the post, you didn't beat me, right? So you can wash the car, you can blow your nose. Either way, you're wet. So, okay, that's, woo. Now, yeah. This is better than last year. Lou, dude, I mean, Ranger fans, I know you lost the game, but understand, it was 4 overtimes for us last year in Game 1. It was the same result. We still won the game. right? But we're like ahead of them. We're ahead of the game right now. You know what I mean? We finished off a game in regulation in the playoffs. We're happy right now. Rangers are going to come back from this, okay? I'm not getting too far ahead of myself. They have to figure out how to get their breakaways, and they got to make good on their chances. If they are not going to make good on, because we will give up our breakaways, you saw it. If they're not going to make good on those chances, Rangers won't win this series. That is how they're going to have to do it, because 5-on-5, it just ain't happening with the defense and the forwards that we got, because they all play defense, and it's a beautiful thing. All right, voice is going because I didn't breathe the entire second period. Colin and I will be live tomorrow at noon for the review. We will be live 1/2 hour before the Western Conference Finals. We're streaming and covering that series completely as well also. And then we'll be right back here Friday. I expect a different Ranger team. Not that they were bad. The Rangers played a good game, but they just, the difference, well, you saw it. You saw it. So, I'm a happy Panther fan, but I ain't dunking on anything yet. Now, if we can go out there and win the second game, if we win Friday, I might not live. I don't know if I could live to see us take a 2-0 lead, right? Especially when one of these games is going to go to overtime, right? We're going to have to deal with that too, because both of these teams can play 3 or 4 periods of shutout hockey. So if we get to overtime 1-1, 2-2, who knows when that game is ending, right? That game is coming in this series, okay? We're not sweeping this team like we did the Canes, right? Nobody. I'm not even going there. All right. I don't believe we won that game. But we did. It was good. I'll see you tomorrow.